Welcome to Bulletproof Bodies. I'm Gus, and today we're doing bulletproof wrists. Now, the wrist is a really delicate area. Quite frankly, I see a lot of people who hurt their wrists doing exercise, and it's partly that I've had this discussion with a friend who's a hand surgeon. She reckons no one should ever be doing push-ups or any kind of stuff with your wrist and dorsiflexion like that because of the structures in the compartment of your wrist that just get damaged too easily and aren't meant for that kind of thing. But as an exercise professional, I know that if you don't ever get anybody with their wrists flat on the ground, it takes out about half your arsenal, and it's not really possible. So there are kind of measures to take. First of all, if somebody doesn't have 90 degrees dorsiflexion of their wrist, they shouldn't be doing push-ups. They need to get that first. If someone's only got that much dorsiflexion in their wrist, and then you go and force them into more with load on it, it's going to damage the structures there. And often you'll see, I've had clients who have actually got a ganglion in a session, which is where one of the ligaments or tendons or something pops out. You get this little painful bulge coming out of the wrist. Luckily, in those cases, they went away on their own, but people have to have them surgically removed. So it's not an easy, it's not something you want to do to somebody or to yourself really. So we want to make sure that the wrists are warmed up properly. I always warm them up in the open chain first, and then in the closed chain. So in the open chain, the first thing to do is just move them. I just do circles with fists. Get as much movement through your wrists and your hands as possible. I'll then usually stretch them first into dorsiflexion, pulling the fingers back with a straight wrist. I'll then do it with a bent wrist to stretch the palmar surface of the hand out. Do that on both sides. So straight wrist, bent wrist. You can put a little bit of pressure, be very gentle with this again, the delicate structures, just to bring the wrist into plantar flexion, just to stretch the extensors of the wrist there. But more importantly than that open chain stuff is the closed chain, because that's where we work most of the time. With the closed chain, I'm putting weight onto the wrist, onto your hands. I want to just get movement with your hands flat. So I usually spread my fingers, make sure that my fingertips are pushed into the ground so my hand is a nice flat surface for the wrist to move on. And then you can get movement happening. Now I got this wrist warm up from these guys called GMB, gold medal bodies. If you like kind of movement, animal locomotion and acrobatic kind of stuff, the gymnastic strength stuff, they've got some really, really cool programs. I'd recommend them. But so, first just get the wrists moving laterally. Then you can go forwards and backwards and just gradually, gently get your weight further forward over your wrists. Always keeping the hands active, firmly pushed onto the floor. I'll do 20 of those. Then you can, again, really gently, with the other surface of your hand on the ground, spread your fingers, and just with straight elbows, gently rock back. You don't need much here, you don't need to go very far. So once your wrists are warmed up, if you're not getting that 90 degrees of dorsiflexion there, we want to adjust the way that you're doing movements, because you don't want to take weight there. So the first thing to do is to load on your wrist. If you're doing a push-up or any kind of horse stance exercises or anything like that, you want to load your wrists, load a fist, sorry, not your wrist. The other thing, you can try using tennis balls or little dead balls in your hands so that you don't have to go back into quite as much extension. You can try rolling a towel as an intermediary kind of thing, just so you have that surface of your palm supported, so that you're not getting so much compressive forces in that at that angle there. The other thing, these little bands that I've found about 6 months ago, I had a medial epicondylitis, which is like a forearm injury basically, and that's when I kind of was looking at what I'm doing with my wrist and I'm not doing properly. And I found these things which are from the Wad Laugh. This is something great that's, I don't know if it came out of CrossFit, but I know CrossFitters use it again. They use it a lot. They're really good because they injure everything a lot, so they learn a lot about how to prevent injuries. But the idea with these are that it creates compression on joints and on tissue, so you can wrap it up over inflamed tissue on your forearm. I just get it as tight as I can go. I make no skin available. Okay, so once it's on, it should be really tight. The tighter the better. And you're going to just bring your arm into your elbow into full flexion and extension as much as you can. The more range of motion you can get there, the more blood flow you can get in there, the better. I'm going to do that about 20 times, I won't waste time on it now. And then let it release. And when you do, because you've restricted the blood flow and you've done that movement that breaks up, creates little micro tears and breaks up adhesions and stuff within the fascia of the joint, and allows new blood to flow. So it's kind of it's a great way of getting waste products out and new blood in. So that helped a lot, and I put in the Bulletproof wrist, because often if you've got wrist dysfunction, you'll feel it, or the place you'll get inflammation will be in the medial lateral epicondyle there. So that's the Bulletproof wrist. It's how to take care of your wrists pre-training, before you do push-ups or handstands or anything like that. Warm your wrists up. I'll see you guys next time for whatever the next one I'm doing is. Thanks.